So our featured speaker this afternoon is Kath Murray. Kath is a certified hospice and palliative care nurse and a certified thanatologist, which is a specialist in death, dying, and bereavement. That's a term I had not heard before. As founder of Life and Death Matters and authors of The Essentials in Hospice Palliative Care Resources, her goal is to make the current knowledge easy to understand and engaging, and to increase the capacity of individuals to provide excellent care for the dying. These resources are being used in a variety of healthcare programs across Canada. And if I ask each of you to think back to the first person that you saw dying when you were in your practical nursing education experience, or perhaps it was the first time you saw someone on one of the nursing units, it is a profound experience, and I'm sure you provided the best possible care you could. I think Kath will give us some other ideas as well. Kath established LD Online, a death and dying palliative education online, and a flexible interprofessional education program designed to meet learners in the comfort of their own homes and their own time without disrupting work and staff schedules. Kathy.
Thank you. Hello, it's nice to meet you. I got to tell you, I have just been hooked up to this microphone, and the guy didn't have anything to hook it to, so luckily I qualify to wear a bra. So if you wonder if I have vertebral problems or bra problems, it's actually my little microphone thing. How are you doing? Wasn't this morning fabulous? Didn't Elaine do an exciting job of discussing regulatory stuff? And almost as exciting was Stephanie's presentation. But what I loved about her was she ran up here in high heels. Last night I wasn't even wearing high heels and I tripped on the curb. So I made sure that Jillian walked me up here because I didn't want to fall, and I told Sarah she was going to have to pick me up if I landed on the ground. It is a privilege to be here. Now, I'm also very excited not only to be here with the CLPN, but I'm also excited to be here at the Italian Cultural Center. Did you know what used to be on this site? This used to be a dump. And within the Italian community, some people saw a need for a place where they could meet, where they could congregate, celebrate, learn to dance, whatever. And they got together, they had a dream, they had a vision, and bit by bit they were able to then secure this land, and with volunteer work, this place was built. And I have only heard rumors until today about the food here, which was great, eh? So let's hear it for the staff. So what a treat to be here on what had been the site of a dump, and then people came together having seen a need with their dream, collaboration work, and this incredible place for celebration. That to me is a great example and a lesson in excellence. Now, I also got to thinking that before I spoke, we would be eating pasta. Now, maybe I'm just narrow, but I just assumed if we were at an Italian place, we'd eat some pasta. So I thought, okay, what does pasta contribute to the conversation about excellence in practice? So tell me about excellence. Tell me about pasta. What do you know, Jillian, about pasta? It loves your hips. It sticks to you, and so too should excellence. What else do you know? Where's Sarah Krause? Sarah, what do you know about, where are you, Sarah? What do you know about pasta, Sarah? It's different every time. That's a brilliant statement, and so should excellence be. It should look different for all of us, and in each moment and how we care and interact with people, it should be different each time. Who else knows something? There must be a Susan here. Where's Susan? Susan, some Susan somewhere, tell me something about pasta. Or someone else rescue her. You in the, it goes with everything, and excellence does too. It fits with everything. What else? Oh, it satisfies your soul, and so does excellence. What else do you know about pasta? I'm going deaf. Okay, you need to stand up so I can hear you better. There is something coming from there. Okay, way back there. Ooh, it's spicy and tasty, and so should excellence be. Thank you. Okay, one last one. Yes. It doesn't take long to cook, and nor should excellence. Thank you. Okay, so pasta has helped inform our practice about excellence. Now, what about Mary Poppins? Oh, just a second. It tastes good. It feels good. Now, when I was getting ready for this, I kept thinking that I was coming to speak to practical nurses. And I love that term, practical nurses. And I thought, practical nurses, practical nurses. And as I was, trying to figure out this, my theme and how I was going to approach today, I kept thinking practical nurses, practical nurses. And I realized what I had to talk about. And then I remembered that Mary Poppins would contribute this to the conversation. So what would Mary Poppins say about practical nurses? Okay, Jillian, stand up. Come on, jump right up this thing. Come on. And look, she's going to do it too. Run up the stairs in high heels.
We're practically perfect in every way.
Thank you. And that's exactly what Mary Poppins had to say. I consulted her on this. She looked very stern. She'd been through the stovepipes or the chimney pipes. She said, Mary Poppins said, practical nurses, well, just a second, let me keep going. This is my daughter who is a graduate from the practical nursing program. Practical nurses are practically perfect in every way. But if you have watched Mary Poppins in the last 40 years, you may remember that she used to say, spit spot, like, we have to do this properly. So she would probably say, actually, Jillian, that practical nurses who are striving and desiring excellence in practice and education are practically perfect in every way. It is an honor today to be asked to speak. Thank you for this invitation. Thank you very much. There's something I love about the title, Practical Nurses. It just sounds so good. I love theory. I love learning. I love all that stuff, but I love practice, and I love stuff that's practical. There's a piece of me that's so pragmatic. There's apparently a word called praxis. I tried to understand what it was in a research course a few years ago. And I think praxis, Jillian, correct me here, is where theory and practice meet and where research and practice meet. There's nothing better. It's great to have great research. It's great to have great theory. But if it doesn't translate into practice, who cares? So I am thrilled to be here. Some of my greatest mentors have been practical nurses. This particular one is Adrienne Rogers. She's from Victoria Hospice. She was a volunteer with Victoria Hospice. Then she became, what did she become next? She became a resident care assistant, and then she became a practical nurse. To know Adrienne is to love her. She is incredible. She is warm. She is cheerful. She loves the work she does, and she provides incredible care. And I need to tell you about another one. I don't have a picture of her. Her name is Uta Rock. She comes from somewhere, I think she comes from Latvia. She is about 60, 65, 70 years old now. She's retired. I'll mention her at the end of today, but she has magnificent hands. And I remember I worked with her back about 20 years ago, and it was a quiet night shift, and there was an empty bed, and I said, Uta, come and tuck me into bed like you do patients. And she proceeded to then tuck me in, and she positioned me with pillows here, and she put pillows there, and she did this and she did that, and at the end I was just suspended in air in this regular hospital bed, but it was just made deluxe because of Uta's skills. So some of my best skills have come from practical nurses who have taught me. Thank you. So, yes, for you. No, let's do a Stephanie. Let's hear it for practical nurses. Very good. Thank you. So let's talk about some definitions about excellence, because I don't know about you, but sometimes I can get intimidated when I hear these big words like excellence. I feel like I'm still a neophyte in nursing, and I've been nursing I have been a nurse for 30 years, and I still feel like a neophyte. So let's look at what excellence means. And is this something we can only do if we work full-time in one clinical setting and develop phenomenal expertise on that one unit in that one specialty? Or can we call and strive for excellence as new LPNs? There's a whole table of new LPNs back there. Who are our new LPNs? Anybody who's graduated in the last year, just stand up. Ah, woo! Way to go. All right, so at break, those guys get to go in line first. We want to feed them well, we want to treat them well, and Jillian will give you foot rubs. We want you to be very happy in nursing, because in another 40 years or 30 years or 5 years when I need you, I want you to be loving nursing. So we will treat you well. Go to the front of the line. Okay. Excellence, the state or quality of excelling or being exceptionally good. The picture here is of a woman named Svetlana who came from Ukraine and cared for an aunt of mine who died on Sunday a week and a half ago. Svetlana left her home country and her native language, and she came to Canada and worked as a care aide for my aunt, and then went back and went to college and became an LPN, and is just starting now in her new career in Canada as an LPN. An amazing, amazing woman. She was exceptionally good at what she did for my aunt. Now, I love this quote. Excellence is not a skill, it is an attitude. The woman whose picture here is taken here is a woman who's a flag lady on a road near us. There are 2 flag women who cover this stretch of road that they've been working on for months now. If you go there, you are sometimes lucky enough they will do a dance for you. One day I thought, oh, there's the lineup. I might as well pull over here and check my email and wait for the traffic to go by. So I pulled off to what I thought was the side of the road by the postal boxes. And she comes up to me and she says, darling, you're in the middle of the road. Can you just pull up and pull over a little bit? And I went, oh, I'm so sorry. Not to worry. So I pull up and I pull over and I do my mail and stuff. And then, you know, by this time a few troops of cars have gone by, and she pulls me back on and she gives me a whole wonderful message about what a great day it is. And she tells me she loves me, and I tell her I love her too. And I take a picture of her and I tell her it's going to be on my blog that night. And off I go. And every time now when I see her, she waves at me. I get kisses. I get hugs. I tell you, when this road finishes, Central Saanich is going to mourn, because these 2 women won't be part of our life anymore. It is not necessarily where we work or the skills we do. It's the attitude we bring with us. Now this is one fine young nurse here. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. So excellence now is an attitude, it's a habit. Excellence is the unlimited ability to improve the quality of what you have to offer. The ability to improve what we have to offer. The only thing that stops our ability is our desire. So as long as we have the desire to improve,